What up, motherfuckers? You already know who it is. It's Cleat back in the house. And I got this crazy little shit going on. Because this is why it's called the Samurai Steak. So what you need to get you a good little... Oh! You need to get you a good little steak going on. Good little steak. Yeah, that's right. I got my good little mask on and all that bullshit. And I know I don't have to because I'm at the house. But I'm going to do it anyway, because it's the samurai steak. This is what I look like when I'm cooking samurai steak. You can get over it. So I got my good little steak going on. You want it to be thin. It's not going to cook very long. The importance is how we're going to dress this son of a bitch. How we're going to dress it. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take that off so y'all can hear and see what I'm going to say. So we're going to roll with some like weird spices. We're going to roll with some weird spices. We're going to get a little bit of this ground mustard. Ground mustard, believe it or not. It's going to be awesome. A little bit of ground mustard rolling over the top. Like, I'm just talking a couple of shakes. A couple of shakes like that. Just like that. Yeah, it's hot as a motherfucker in here. Don't worry about it. I already know. And then we're going to get some ginger. We're going to get, this is called the samurai steak. You're going to get some ginger. Do the same thing over it. And then the only thing you want to do is take it and you want to stretch it. You want to kind of stretch it. The worst thing you can do to your steak is beat it up. You don't want to beat it up. Like, so if you beat it up, it'll bruise the meat and then you'll look like a fucking idiot. So you just want to stretch it. You want to kind of get it thin because we're only going to... So if you want this steak to be like medium, you're talking like a minute and a half on each side. So you want to get it good and flat. Like that. 3/4 pound steak. We're going to eat this by ourselves. It's not hard. So far, we got ground mustard. Like, I'm talking 3 or 4 shakes throughout the whole thing. And a little bit of that, what the fuck else? Ginger. We put a little bit of ginger on it. There has been vodka involved. So, you know, you got to worry about that later. And then, so, what we're going to do is... You want to get into your spice cabinet, so you need ginger, you need ground mustard. You don't really need salt, pepper, or anything. You just need a couple of things. Ground ginger, ground mustard. You need paprika. So I got paprika right here. I'm going to get a little bit of paprika, but I'm going to put that on the flip side. So I've got a little bit of ground ginger and a little bit of ground mustard on one side. I'm going to get a little bit of paprika, same amount, like just evenly, you know, a light coat, just like that. So I'm talking like, bam, done. You really don't want to coat it too much because steak like this, thin steak, a lot of the thin steak like this will have the fat draw the juice out of it. So if you put too much spice on it, you're not letting it cook in this pan long enough for the spice to cook. What's going to happen is you're going to have a bunch of uncooked seasoning on your steak and it's going to taste like seasoning. So you want, like I said, ground ginger, ground mustard, and then a little bit of paprika on one side. And you, like, so this is the steak doesn't have a lot of fat in it. So we don't even need to oil the pan. Since it's not super fat, it's not going to draw so much grease out of it that it creates that little water coat that you see a lot of the times. It's going to get that 1 or 2% of fat out of it, and it's going to make just enough for it not to stick, but it won't. So if you're a cook, you know what a Philadelphia steak is, where it crusts. We don't want that. We just want it to stick, just like that. It's going to stick, but it's not going to crust. So we're going to let that go for maybe, and when I say maybe, I do mean maybe. And by the way, your pan is at 400 degrees. If you have a stove at home, that's usually number 6 or just before number 6. That'll get you to the right temperature. If you're professional, you got one of these suckers right here, that little laser thermometer. You can point it. Mine says 407. 407. So 400. You want it to be 400. I'm a little over, so we're going to go a minute and a half. I'm going to take it off at a minute and 25 just because it is a little bit hotter than what I want it. I can time that in my head. If you need help, then there you are over yonder. Oh, Jesus Christ. People are messaging me. I don't know what they want. But anyway, so a minute and a half. It's already been about 35 seconds. And then we're going to flip it. And the side that has just the paprika is going to sit a little bit longer. The reason why is because when you have a bunch of spice seasoning on one side, it is burning that seasoning. Seasoning is kind of like a half and half. So the deal is, if you put seasoning on your steak, it is going to burn. I mean, it's like, it's a powder. So can you imagine putting a powder on something 400 degrees? It burns in seconds. So you don't want to put what you have a lot of on the side that's going to cook a lot. But you have to, or it won't cook into the steak. So we're going to just cook this for about a minute and a half. I've got probably 25 seconds left, maybe less, maybe more. I don't know. I'm just kind of guessing. I don't use timers because I'm not an amateur. This thing's going to be awesome either way. So, and to do this properly, you need to go into wherever you're buying your meat. It needs to be 2/3 of a pound exactly on the dot. If you get one that's like 3/4 or something, you're going to have to scale all that and do the math. Don't do it. Just get 2/3 of a pound of a steak and do this. Stretch it flat. It's got to be flat. If you get a thick steak, this is not going to work. You're going to have such a chewy steak, you're going to wish you were in jail or something. I don't know. So, we're coming up around here. I'm going to spin it, because this is the way I do. It's been about a minute and a half on that side. As you can see, it's already got the grill marks. Like, it's cooking through. So, this is the side with the ground mustard and the ground ginger face up. Now, these little seasonings are not going to get the flavor that's just going to make you go, oh my God, what the hell? This is the greatest steak of all time. Because this is a cheap steak. This was like $3. I'm going to show you how to make this sucker taste good. So you got a little bit of ground mustard on this side that is now face up. It originally goes down. And a little bit of ground ginger. Ginger, that's what it was. And then on the other side you get paprika. Depending on your flavor, I guess you could add a little bit of cumin. But what you really want, you just want original salt. Like sea salt. Just a little bit of sea salt. And the reason why is because the salt is going to absorb into it from the top. So if you don't know anything about the chemical makeup of salt, heat breaks it down. So it'll break down into the meat to give it the flavor. Now the ultimate thing that we're going to do at the end is you can use your own flavor you want. Personally, me, I would like barbecue sauce, but I'm known for not doing things like that on my TV show. So I'm going to get a little bit of this liquid smoke. Just liquid smoke. And I'm literally just going to pour a hair over the top. That's a little bit more than a hair. And it's going to evaporate. It gives it kind of a smoky flavor. Blah, blah, blah. You take your little pan cover. You put it on for the rest of the time. It's already been about a minute and a half. So what you want to do is let it steam for the second minute. So you get a minute and a half on this side, let it kind of steam on this side, and then I'm going to flip it over and touch the liquid smoke so the rest of the liquid boils off. Because once that liquid boils off, you'll get the flavor into the steak, and then we're going to re-season and re-flavor it. So that's the secret right there. So the original spice that I showed you in the beginning of the video is just to get it some flavor into the meat. So this is bare meat that I bought. It has no flavor. There's nothing special to it. It's not marinated. Nothing. So if you don't marinate it, and God forbid if you do it frozen, if you do it from a frozen state, you're going to be like, oh God, this is hard. But so after you get it thaw, you follow the instructions, you get it to where you want it. You're going to have it at a point. Oh shit, it's been about a minute. So after a minute, I'll go back to that conversation. After a minute, you want to get the rest of that liquid smoke off. You see it coming off. maybe. I don't know where I got the camera. There's a little bit of drip coming off anyway. Then you touch it to this side. So I'm going to show you real quick. This side should be a little bit more red because it had spice in it. You're going to let it sit there for about 10 seconds like that, and then flip it back over. So now the trick is we need to get flavor on the steak. We already got it into the steak. Now we need it on the steak. We just burned everything that was on it off of it. So there's flavor in it because of the way I cooked it. So now we need to get a little bit of that flavor onto it. So this is a you thing. What do you like? You can go crazy. You can make whatever blend you want, your marinade, your barbecue sauce. Honestly, I feel if you have to put all this sauce on your steak, then it's not a good steak. So you want to get the steak, and that's kind of contradictory there. Like, what I mean by that is if you got to put stuff at the end of it cooking, then it wasn't a good steak. But if you do it while it's cooking like this, then it's going to be just fine. And we don't have a lot of time here, so I'm going to go ahead and do what I got to do. He said bring him a plate. See, Walker! You know I'm going to bring him a plate. So I like Italian. I like this Italian stuff. This is what I'm going with. I think I seen my mom watching earlier. She'll tell you. I make these veggie plates at her house all the time. You just cover it just like that. That's it. We got flavor in it. Just put damn seasoning on. Oh, Patrick, what's he doing? I did, bro. I put my Italian on. So the thing is, you don't want seasoning raw on it. So when you put the seasoning on, you're going to do one more flip. Bam. 10 seconds to let it burn off the extra. It's almost been 10. And then you flip it back over. That's a day. This is a thin steak. You get it off that grill. Otherwise, you're going to have a well-done steak. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're eating well-done steak and don't know what you're doing, it's not going to be too good. So, I didn't get a plate ready. Well, shit. Give me a second. Alright, we got a plate. We can cut the heat. Now it's time for a taste test. There he is. It's always going to be a taste test. You know it's got to go down. Right here on Cooking with Klepak TV. You know how I work. I ain't been out here for a while. Shout out to Jersey, because next time we're doing the Jersey burger. If you don't know who Jersey is, I'm going to tell you what. It's this awesome cat that I know. Known since middle school. We're going to do the Jersey burger. And since we're doing it Japanese style today, you know I got to get me one of them teriyaki or tomodachi knives. You know I do. I'm not going to get one of those little bitty knives to cook this steak today. So you really just want to cut it right down the middle. See, that's medium well damn near. That was too long. That was too long. Too long. But you know what? It's still going to be good because I'm a monster. Just want to set that knife aside. Obviously, don't damage your knives. Don't be a fool. If you have a set of expensive knives, don't damage them. Then you're going to grab that medium well steak because you cooked it a little bit too long, and you're going to be fucking proud about it, and you're going to be like, oh my God, it's going to be the greatest thing in the world. And holy shit. Hold on. I just fucking punch you in the face. I can punch you in the face. Like, oh my God. It needs nothing other than it needed to be medium instead of medium well. That was it. That was it. But you know what? Vodka's been involved. So I cooked it a little bit too long because I was talking. But you know what? Oh my God. Give me fucking more. Oh my God. I'm an asshole. Well, oh my God. I guess C. Walker kind of called dibs first, so he can have this other half. I mean, probably not literally this half, but I'm Oh, there he is. I guess since he called dibs, it's like, dude. But you know what that means, bro? That means I get $5 off the next session because I'm going to bring you a steak and shit. Nah, I'm just messing with you. But, yeah. Oh my God. That shit's out of control. Well, I'll tell you what. I got Cleepak's bag full of, we're going to cook like 30 Jersey burgers next time with this cock-like tube, which is going to go down next time. So seriously, if anybody does want to have a get-together, small, I guess they got laws about that shit right now, COVID-19 or whatever the fuck it's called going on. We got the tube of meat. We're going to do the Jersey burger. So if anybody wants one, I got like 40 Jersey burgers on the way. It's going to be cool. You know who I am. Cooking with Cleepak. We're going to sign out of this mug. Go.